Hello and welcome to In the North Bank. I'm Statman Rich. You'll find me on this on Gunner Richie 1971 and the two old Gunners uh, platforms. Just to plug in the big Sunday quiz show. Please join. Go to In the North Bank, register. Brilliant. All sorts of quizzes. Arsenal, sports, geography, music, film. All it'll be held weekly. Uh, Follow the QR code to register. We get enough people doing it. Weekly prizes, brilliant. So, without further ado, let's get into this video proper. The festive season, for most of us, it means lights, family, and a much needed break from the daily grind. But in the world of Premier League football, and especially for Arsenal, that period can represent the exact opposite. It's a descent into darkness. December and January, this isn't just a tough run of games. It's a psychological gauntlet, a meat grinder of mind and body that seems designed to expose every flaw and every doubt. It's a crucible that has, time and again, been a major stumbling block in Arsenal's hunt for the title. We've seen this story before. Arsenal fans know the script by heart. The hope, the promising start, the talk of being near the top of a tree at Christmas, and then fall. The slip, the collapse, the familiar, bitter taste of what if. It's a ghost that has haunted the club for years. A narrative that has almost become part of its modern identity. But this year, there's a belief that a different story is being written, a story of defiance. This is about how Arsenal must survive its toughest periods to finally conquer the Premier League. And it all comes down to one thing. But this isn't just a tactical breakdown. This is an exploration of the psychological war that will define our season. To get what's at stake, you have to understand the sheer density of the modern football schedule, particularly around winter. Forget specific dates for a moment. Think of it as a storm. Based on the structure of the Premier League, Champions League, and domestic cups, a top team like Arsenal enters a period where the schedule becomes relentless. In a typical season, this means an onslaught of high stakes football. A club fighting on all fronts will likely face a blizzard of league matches in December and January. Add to that a crucial final, Champions League group game, a potential League Cup quarter final, and the start of the FA Cup. Just do the math. The calendar becomes a cycle of play, travel, recover, repeat. It's a period infamous for undoing teams. It's designed to break you. And for Arsenal, it has often been the point where things go wrong. You don't have to look far for evidence of this. Think back to the 23-24 season. Arsenal were top at Christmas, looking like a team that had learned from the heartbreak of a year before. The belief was real. Then came the festive fixtures, A battling draw at Anfield was followed by a shocking 2-0 home defeat to West Ham. Days later, on New Year's Eve, they travelled to Fulham. They took an early lead and it seemed they were back on track, but they crumbled, losing 2-1. Two straight defeats in the blink of an eye. They stumbled. While it's too simple to say those two results derailed a 30-game season, they were pivotal. They represented a significant wobble that sucked the momentum out of the campaign and crucially reignited both familiar, painful questions about the team's mental fragility. It was a psychological body blow. And those ghosts have a long history. Go back through the years and you'll find the ruins of promising seasons scattered across the bleak winter landscape. The 2015-16 season, the year of Leicester's fairy tale art, saw Arsenal near the top of the league at the turn of the year, only for half their form to fall away. That season wasn't lost to a historic rival, but to an underdog story that capitalised on the failings of other. In 2013-14, they again led the way around Christmas, only for their form to fall off a cliff in the new year. This history can be a burden. It can create an expectation of failure. Every Arsenal fan feels it. The media builds the narrative around it. And the players, no matter what, how much they try to block it out, are aware of it. They walk onto the pitch during this period carrying the weight of past teams. The fixture pile-up isn't just about the number of games, it's the nature of them. They are often ugly, attritional scraps. A wet and windy Tuesday night away to teams fighting for their lives. A derby match fueled by festive tension. A top-of-the-table clash where the pressure is suffocating. This is football at its most raw and demanding. And it is in these moments that titles are not won, but they can certainly be lost. The question is always the same. Has Arsenal finally built the mental fortitude to survive it? So what makes this period so tough? It's more than just tired legs. It's a mental battle waged on multiple fronts. To really get what Arsenal have to overcome, we need to look at the invisible forces at play. First, there's the sheer weight of that history we talked about. This cursed narrative is a self-perpetuating cycle of anxiety. The media, knowing the club's past, sharpens its knives. Pundits frame every match as a make-or-break test. A draw isn't just a draw. A defeat isn't a defeat, it's a collapse. This external pressure inevitably seeps into the club and the fan base, creating a tension that surrounds every match. For the players, it becomes a battle against a ghost. They're not just playing the 11 people in front of them, they're playing against the perceived failures of the last decade. And this physical grind has a nasty side effect on the brain. Scientific studies in elite sport have consistently shown that fatigue doesn't just lead to tired muscles. It impairs cognitive function, decision making slows down, reaction times are dulled, tactical discipline can start to fray. Think about what makes a great footballer. It's their ability to process tons of information in a split second. When a player is running on empty, both physically and mentally, those processes get compromised. A fatigued player might be half a second late to a tackle. They might misread the flight of a ball. They might fail to spot that killer pass across 90 minutes. These small mental lapses add up, and over a brutal stretch of games, they can be a difference between winning a title and falling short. The body can often push through the pain, but a tired mind makes mistakes. This creates the perfect breeding ground for the most dangerous weapon of all, the seed of doubt. Doubt is a virus. It can start with something small, a sloppy pass, a missed chance, a goal conceded against your run of play. In a normal week, you can brush it off and reset. But in the winter pressure cooker, it festers. Let's go back to that loss against Fulham in December 2023. After the match, a visibly frustrated Declan Rice said, when you go 1-0 up, you need to take more control, have more self-belief, more desire, and the mentality needs to be better. That one quote tells you everything. The problem wasn't tactics or a lack of quality. It was a lapse in control, belief, and desire, all psychological. The moment Fulham equalised, the seeds of doubt were sown. The memory of the West Ham defeat days earlier were fresh. The fear of here we go again crept in. That's how the spiral starts. One bad result infects confidence for the next game. A poor performance validates the initial doubt. Suddenly, a team that was playing with freedom is playing with fear. And all of this is amplified by the external noise. In the modern game, players are bombarded with analysis and criticism on TV and social media. This is 24/7. A cycle like this can create an echo chamber of negativity that's hard to ignore. This is the psychological hell Arsenal has to navigate. And this is where the story could end. A familiar tale of Arsenal heartbreak, another chapter in the book of so close yet so far. But before we explore this season, this team and this manager might just be different. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you want more deep analysis that goes beyond the end headlines. The story isn't over yet. And remember, go to in the North Bank and click on the link, register and join the Sunday quiz show. It's brilliant. It's fantastic. Let's get straight back into this. So what's different this time? It's the question that every Arsenal fan and every skeptic is asking. Why should anyone believe this team can succeed where others have failed? The answer isn't just a new signing or formation. It's a fundamental change in the club's mentality, an evolution that's been years in the making under Mikel Arteta. It comes down to three key things: the leaders, the tactical maturity, and the evidence. The first and most obvious change is the presence of real, unshakable leaders for years. A fair criticism of Arsenal was the lack of a dominant vocal spine. The team had talent, but when the pressure hit, there wasn't always someone to grab the game by the scruff of its neck. That's not the case anymore. At the heart of it all is Declan Rice. He's more than a world-class midfielder. He's a cultural reset. From day one, his ambition was clear. My ambitions are now to win with Arsenal. It's time to go one step bigger and win the Premier League, win the Champions League. That's the language of a winner. And it's infectious. On the pitch, he's a lighthouse in the storm, a player who demands a ball right after a mistake. Behind him, you have William Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes, defenders. Uh, Saliba in particular, a defender who is almost unnaturally calm. For years, Arsenal's defence could be panicked into mistakes. Saliba is the antidote. His composure on the ball and his ability to read the game prevent those moments of panic from ever starting. This gives the rest of the team the confidence to play their game, knowing the back door is secure. And leading them is their captain, Martin Odegaard. His leadership isn't about shouting, it's about setting the standard through obsessive hard work. He is the embodiment of Arteta's philosophy on the pitch. His pressing triggers the entire team. This trio forms a new psychological core, supported by players like Bukayo Saka and Gabriel Martinelli, who are no longer youngsters, but professionals, hardened by the trauma of previous title races. The second pillar of this redemption arc is tactical maturity. Arteta's Arsenal has evolved. The early version was thrilling, but sometimes chaotic and unsustainable. The current team is far more controlled. The focus is not on dominating the ball, not just to attack, but to defend by keeping possession, Arsenal starve the opposition, and just as importantly, conserve their own physical and mental energy. They've also learned how to win ugly. The 23-24 season was a perfect example, where they had the best defensive record in the league and recorded an impressive 18 clean sheets. They developed the priceless skill of grinding out 1-0 wins on tough away days. That's the hallmark of champions. Knowing you don't have to be at your brilliant best to win is a huge source of mental strength. And the final pillar is the evidence. This isn't just talk. We've seen it on the pitch. Over the last couple of seasons, there have been countless moments that fly in the face of a soft underbelly narrative. Dramatic late winners, comeback victories, and resolute defensive stands. These are the moments that build a collective belief. Each time they navigate a high-pressure situation, the psychological scar tissue of the past is replaced with a layer of resilience. This team is no longer just hoping to win, it's expecting to. So, in conclusion, the story of Arsenal's Premier League ambition has often been a story of talent, style, and ultimately fragility. And that fragility has often been exposed in the unforgiving winter months, a period that has frequently been a graveyard for their title dreams. The gauntlet that awaits them is the same as always, a relentless barrage of fixtures that tests the limits of body and mind. But as we look at the team today, the narrative feels different. The foundations of this Arsenal side seem stronger, forged in the fires of past failures. This is a team built in its manager's image, obsessive, resilient, and demanding. It's led by a core of players who have a winner's mentality and refuse to be defined by the ghosts of the club's past. In Declan Rice, they have an anchor. In William Saliba, a pillar of calm. And in Martin Odegaard, a calm captain who leads by example. They have a tactical system built for control, and they've learned the art of winning ugly. The journey through the toughest parts of the season will be the toughest and will ultimately test this new identity. It will be the moment we discover if they have truly evolved. The stage is set. The gauntlet will be thrown. The question is no longer if Arsenal have the quality, but if they have finally forged the mind of a champion. This season, we will find out more. Thank you for watching. I'm Statman Rich. You're watching this on either Gunny or Richie 1971 in the North Bank. Two old gunners, or you're listening to this on the podcast. Please like, subscribe, leave a review if it's on the podcast. Don't forget the big Sunday quiz on in the North Bank. Follow the QR code. Register. Come join us on Sunday night for a quiz. There have to be weekly ones, monthly ones. There'll be Arsenal ones. There'll be all sorts. And this isn't. If we get enough people doing it, there will be prizes. I can't state. It's quick. It's easy. They're multiple choice most of the time, and you will love it. Thank you for watching once again. Stay